Weird time for this one. We usually do Tuesdays at 7:30, and we're doing Monday. Uh, there's also a schedule change. If you go to www.drum-lad.com, right here, uh, the schedule will be posted. The next one, and I'm just going to make sure on the website real quick as I'm saying this, but the next one we're doing is going to be on Wednesday. So rather than being Tuesday and Thursday this week, it's going to be Monday and Wednesday. Like always, though, if you miss it, it'll post. But please, if you miss it, try to keep with it, because these are starting to move very fast, and you don't want to fall behind, because you miss a couple and then it can be hard to keep up. But yeah, I'm excited about today. It's like, we're at 105 beats per minute. So we're almost to 120. And I'm really starting to reap the benefits in my hands. I'm really starting to feel it. I feel like in the past few weeks, it's really made a difference. So everybody's going to have a different experience with that, but I know for me it's been good. So yeah, if you go to drumlab.com, you click on lab calendar at the top, it'll show you the next few. So I have posted this today and next one on Wednesday, and I'll be posting next week's schedule soon. So yeah. So we're almost done. Fall is about to start in September, and this program was really a kind of a trial for me to figure out basically how to do a stream and figure out the angles. And so for next season in the fall, I like this format for chop building and play alongs and doing exercises and stuff. And one thing I really want to do is do the Alan Keown book, because it's really perfect for this format. It would require people to buy his book, so that would be a prereq of doing the program. Unless he gives me permission to, stream the book and put the materials up online. I wouldn't expect him to do that, but he might. Maybe he might not mind. I mean, he might not care, so we'll find out. But even if I would, the classy thing to do would be to buy the book. But we'll see. I've never done his program. Or his book, but I've read through it, and his reputation and the results that he gets from students is really, it's not just something I've heard of. Like, every drummer growing up in town that I know got very good results from his camp and working with him. So check out Alan on Kevin Rankin's podcast. Just look up All Access Live. So I think you can just look it up. I guess you would want it, if you're going to search it in Google, it'd be like Kevin Rankin, All Access Live, Alan Keown, Keown. And there's an interview with him, and you can get an idea what it is. The other thing, the feedback that I've got is that people really want to do me to do a drum set one, which I'm totally down to do. It's a matter of figuring out what materials and format is going to be good for this, because I want to choose something that benefits people at all levels. I think once I get enough material up, maybe being a little bit more specific, like this is a beginner one, this is an intermediate. And as you know, there's levels this way, and then there's things that branch out this way. So there's lots to do. but for the first ones, I mean, one thing that I want to be able to do is do materials that just so that I can reach a lot of people, and so that a lot of people get benefit out of it, is do something that can benefit everyone's. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm still kind of brainstorming what to do, but I think a drum set one, I'm gonna try to do both. And I think instead of doing 3 times a week, maybe I'll just do 2 times a week on those. And part of me just wants to stream something every day. Like, one rudiment that has been on my list of things to do is, if you're familiar with the Blue Devils drum corps piece Ditty, which will, many, if you're watching this, you might know it. But there's one lick in that piece that is just I've never really been able to get, that I want to practice, and so I kind of want to do something. Scratching my dog. Come here, Pooch. I kind of want to do something where it's something that I'm not quite, it's not something that I've mastered already. Hey, buddy, what's going on?
What's up?
Not much.
Come on.
That's my brother Joe. Meet the other Joe Mangus.
Yeah.
Don't we look exactly alike?
When?
Yeah. That's Joseph Benjamin Mangus. I'm Joseph Francis Mangus. But yeah, so that for me is something I've always wanted to be able to play well, and the pattern is, and this wouldn't be like a camp. This would just be, maybe I'd get online and put 15 minutes into it every day or something. But the rhythm is. And so they do that at tempo. But when they do it, it looks like, and it looks so good. I love the pattern. I've just never really quite had my 3s to the point where I could play that really strong. There's also a lick called Egg Beaters, which is 3/2. And then there's another one that I just saw online on Instagram, because it was a Blue Devils post. And I was like, I saw this lick. You can see it in their hands when they're playing a bunch of stuff, and then if you can't decipher what they're playing, but then you see all of their hands do like a bigger motion together. I was like, dude, those must be Egg Beaters, because it's like they're rocking, and then all of a sudden dee 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 dee, but it sounds like brrr. Their hands just it looks like a magic trick. And so I posted on there, I was like, hey, were those Egg Beaters? And somebody posted back and said car starters. And I was like, oh man. And I was like, what's the sticking on that? And of course, instead of being 3/2, it was 4/2. Really fast. I'm like, of course they did. They did one more. They're doing 4s. They're so fast and so clean. But Egg Beaters, I mean, I'd like to be able to play those not real clean, and flam drags, and just some of those rudiments that are like flam drags. It's like a drum corps thing, but Steve Gadd and Vinnie Colaiuta and like Dave Weckl, like when you watch those guys slow, they use that lick a lot where they're doing something here, and they're getting to the snare, and that's how they flows, because they're doing like a flam drag to get there, or a cheese. So anyway, so part of me wants to do just one where it's not even a camp or anything, or a class. It's just kind of like, I'm going to come online, and I'm working on this, and might as well do it with y'all. But yeah, okay. With everyone. With every pony. So let's get to it. So today we're doing 105, the grids. I've got the new grids up. Oh, that's another thing. So yeah, since it's new grids today, go to the website and download the materials part 2 if you want the printed materials, because I've added about 10 lines of code, not of code, of of grid. So there's more. And it's in 16th note format with a repeat. So the way that we format this is we actually play the repeat as written. So it's 1 repeat per line. I did one on there too that's just no repeats, and it has 2 lines of the same thing, but it's like 8 or 9 pages to print out, and that's a lot of page turning. So yeah, it made more sense to have the repeat. Go ahead and donate to me on Venmo, or don't. But if you want to, go for it. And yeah, let's get to it. 8 on a hand. 60. One, two, 1, 2, here we go. You know what? I need to lift this up a little bit. I don't want it too low. One, two, 1, 2, here we go. Still trying not to lift my elbow up. Not to do that. 1, 2, 60 again. Here we go. One, two, 1, 2, here we go. I'm staying at 60 on purpose because if you do it right, this can be the best warm-up, the slower the speed. Because it's harder to control, those stabilizers have to work harder. See how bad that is? God. It's okay though. It's more transparent. But think about like a ballad. You know, if you're playing something really slow, it's got to sound good. Okay. 2, 65, 2, here we go. Oops, early. 2, here we go. If you're thinking to yourself that this is easy because it's a slow tempo and it's 8 on a hand, then you're doing it wrong. You should be getting a lot out of this. Every drummer. Steve Gadd, if you're out there doing my stream, you'll be getting a lot out of this. Not because my stream's so good, but because everybody can get something out of this. And everybody does it. It'd be so awesome. Steve Gadd did our stream. Honestly, I think he'd dig it. Probably doesn't have time for it, but if he did, I think he'd be into it. Okay, let's go to 70. 1, 2, here we go. That feels fast. 70 feels fast. I'm very curious to check out that new Steve Gadd book, Gaddaments. A lot of posts about it online. Cool, 75. A 2, a 1, 2. Here we go. Two, 82, here we go. One, two, there we go. Don't ignore that rest hand. Try to keep that rest hand in that position. Why do you ask? So it's ready for a tap. Uh, 85. 1, 2, here we go. $90. 2, 1, 2, here we go. 85, 2, here we go. One, two, we'll go in tens. 1, 2, here we go. 100. Two, 1, 2, here we go. One, two, 1, 2, here we go. One, 10, here we go. Don't click your sticks. 120, here we go. One 32, 1, 2, here we go. One, two, 1, 2, here we go. One, two, 152, here we go. Noticing there's not a very good transition going here. I haven't been paying attention to it, so yeah, it's a reminder. Pay attention to your transitions. It should sound like this, and usually if I feel like that's not going great, I'll do this for myself. So one hand. 1. That's how it should sound, more or less. 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. I feel like just by listening to it like that, it was cleaner. So a lot of it is just knowing how it's supposed to sound. Fast, come on. 170. 2, 1, 2. Here we go. Yeah, that sounds better. 1, 2. Here we go. It's also harder to tell because it's faster. 1, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. Not as good. One, two, I want to. Oops. Yeah, if you don't give it enough momentum, you won't make it to the end. It'll run out of gas. So these bigger ones are all about like throwing enough energy into it. 2, 1, 2. Let's see what happens. Go. It's always like nice to alternate right and lefts after this, you know. Not like that. And then I'll go for like either more strokes or closer together in a dotted. So like so. Yeah, so I got to get to it quicker on my left. And I need more height because in between there, it's a faster transition and I need to get it up more height to throw more energy into it. But not forget about everything else. So now it needs to be slowed down. Now we're in the process. And these are 16th notes, and if you slack, they'll sound like triplets. You know? We don't want that. Unless we want to. You know, but so yeah. Anyway, so or the other thing you can do, you know, 200 and then like try 4s or something. And then go, okay, let's extend it a little bit. Yeah, I don't have it here anymore, so. But you'll learn because you'll be like, why don't I have it? You know, why does it sound sloppy? And you'll realize if you isolate them, oh, it's because I'm not getting enough height and I'm not getting enough thing there. Hi. You want to come say hi? Nora's here. And I think she got ice cream. Come on out. You want to be on TV?
I'm on TV.
What'd you get?
Oh, it's in the fridge.
Mwah. Yum.
It was yummy though. I got gummy worms.
Yum. That's good. Okay. I'm gonna get back to it. I'll see you when I'm done.
Yep.
Okay. Love you.
I'll be in bed.
Okay.
Probably.
Probably, yeah. Okay, so moving on. Let's do the grid. Here we go. Longer grid today. 200. Just kidding. We're gonna 105. I should probably turn. Oh, maybe there's a light out here. All right. Somebody turned a light on for me. Maybe my assistant. I think my assistant turned a light on for me. Thank you, assistant. Ticka, 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 ticka. 1, 2, 105. Here we go. Repeat. Why are they sounding different? Ah, let's get up to. Two, 5, 2. Here we go. Okay. Wow. I'm having a computer issue, so I just gotta do something here. Okay, here we go. Next page. 1. Oops. 1. There we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. Really feel what it's like. So you're down here. When you go to this other stroke, the open stroke, rather than the tap stroke, it's in the open stroke position for all 3. So you're here. Think about it as 2 modes. So to make all those sing, you gotta like stay in that open position. 13, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. Yeah, if you're not thinking ahead on those upstrokes, you might not get there in time, so pull back early. Get up as early as you can. 2, ready, go. Feel like these could sound better, and yeah, so yeah, they can always sound better. 2, here we go. See? See, we're gonna be in new territory here pretty soon. I think on the next one. Two, 129, go. Maybe not yet. I think these are from the last grid still. It's the next wave. Hang, 30 again. 2, 1, 2, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Two, 33, 2, here we go. I wrote them, but I'm sight reading them. Whoops. Here we go. 37. 37. Oops. 37. 2. Here we go. One, 2, here we go. That's a good one. 45, 2, here we go. 2, 49, 2, here we go. Typo. Typo. Must have gotten sleepy right there. 1, 2, here we go. Oops, 53 again. 1, 2, here we go. Two, 1, 2, here we go. Forgot to put repeat. Sorry, guys. Still repeat. Two, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. How do you want it to sound? You know? Think about how you want it to sound though while you're playing it, and then try to get there, you know, if you're not there. So you might be there and you might be like, man, this sounds just like I want it, and that's a good place to be. So if you're there, man, awesome. But if you're not, you know, just try to think about how you want it to sound, or how it could sound, or how it should sound, because that, if you're just satisfied, great, but there might, you know, it's all about thinking, what more can I get out of this? Or what different can I do with this? Here we go. 65. 1, 2, here we go. If you're fulcrum sliding, try not to stop and fix it. Try to play through it. Wait till your next break. You know, you're only going to strengthen it. But if you stop, that's, you know, it's not as good for it. You're not going to get as much out of it if you just stop. Here we go, 69. 1, 2, here we go. Really subdivide. No decrescendo. No crescendo. Subito. 2, 73, 2. Here we go. Notice the difference. Yeah, I changed the repeat on those ends to it makes more sense, I think. Axe grid 16th notes at 105 BPM completed. It's hard. Good job. If you made it through, man, good job. It's a lot of material. There were some new lines in there. Those patterns aren't easy to sight read. So yeah, if you're having trouble, go download the new packet at drum-lab.com. It's packet materials number 2. And it's if you see the 16th note materials, it's all the same, just one has less pages in their repeats, and then the other one is no repeat signs if you don't want to read repeat signs and you just want to read 2 full lines, and then it's twice the amount of pages. Yeah. So yeah. I feel like I want to move so that I'm not like, that light's going to get bright, I feel like, as the sun goes down. Okay, moving on. Diddles. Who's afraid? I am. Yeah, now I'm afraid. These scare me a little bit. Okay. Let's do this. Let me stretch it out. I don't know if anybody else has this, but there's a thing where if you get like a pinched nerve in your shoulder,